Welcome to day 2 of the 30-day video challenge, the story of me. So when I started taking my notes or kind of writing the outline of where we were going to go with this, it seemed to make sense to really start at a 30,000 foot view and work our way down. So to me, starting at the very top or overview would be really understanding my identity. And again, this is going to be more self-discovery for me, but it'll be interesting to see what you think at the end of this. So to me, your sense of identity is being your authentic self. And it's that part of you that doesn't really care what other people think. And it's learning how to be your authentic self all of the time that's going to help you develop strong relationships and or meaningful relationships. So being authentic to me is when your words, your actions, and your behaviors are all consistent with your core self. And there's a lot of times where those can be in conflict. And so I've been fortunate that I've always pretty much had a strong core. When I was young, everything was very black or white. You were right or you were wrong. And if you were wrong, there was nothing else to talk about. As I've grown, I've been able to feather that a little bit and understand now that there's different viewpoints. And while I can disagree with you, I can at least see or understand your viewpoint. There's been times in my life where I felt that struggle, where I wasn't being consistent with my core self, being in some toxic relationships and struggling, and in the moment really trying to be consistent, but it wasn't working with that particular person. And now looking back at it, from the outside, definitely having a much different lens and seeing what was really going on and how bad it was. But definitely understanding how much happier you can be, not with just yourself, but with others. As you are consistent is, I think, a key element. And so part of the formation of this is going to be, number one, discovering your potential. And I've always lived by the motto, you can always do better than you think you can. So I've always looked at never, another one is being happy but never satisfied. I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy with where I'm at, but I'm not satisfied. What else can we do? And that's what I think you see pretty regularly in the karate school and how I work with people, that if there's a better way, I'm always interested in introducing that and helping even more, which takes you to part number 2. After you understand your potential, it's really understanding and figuring out your purpose in life. And it was interesting that I've always taught martial arts my adult life, so 27 years now. And it really didn't hit home until I got a Google review from a parent. And they actually used those words, that it's very rare that you see somebody's living their purpose. And Shihan is that person. And Shihan's my title in the karate school. And when I read that, that really resonated. And so now, doing videos like this just brings it back full circle, that my purpose in life, I believe, is to help kids lead a better life and become the best version of themselves, is what you'll hear us say a lot of times. And that's always it's not a challenge. It's a purpose. And when things are a purpose, you don't see them as work. And so we talk about a lot of times, not being a calendar and clock person. If you spent any time with me, you'd see real quickly that it doesn't matter what the day or time is. If it's something to do, let's do it, because it's just part of your purpose. It's part of the core of who you are, or who I am. And it just makes it very easy to live in flow. So when parents contact me and they have a struggle or a problem, it's easy for me to work with them and see what I can do to help. So having that mindset of trying to help kids, it definitely was not always that way. My first 5, maybe even 10 years of teaching, I was in my young 20s, and it was about, hey, you're lucky to be with me because I'm a great instructor. I've done all these things and I have these accomplishments. And as I aged and got smarter, figured out, watching a lot of Tony Robbins and Zig Ziglar, it's not about me. It's about what can I do to help others and pay it forwards is another concept that we use a lot of times. So really trying to find the opportunities to exercise that potential, I think, is super key to living a fulfilled life and a happy life, which then leads us to a successful life. So that is pretty much the video for today, is my identity and who I am, basically by my actions, my words, my behaviors, and living to my core beliefs, which I think I do pretty well. But again, what do you think? Go ahead, leave something in the comments. Do you think I'm consistent with my behaviors, my actions, and my words? And if not, hey, let's talk about it. And if I am, thank you very much. All right, talk to you guys tomorrow.